How's it going out there in the interwebs world? We got Sarge, Dr. Bob, and Darren today. If you have any questions, direct it at them and they'll let me know. Because just Darren, I have this in full screen so I can't see the chat.
Okay, no worries, mate.
And I'm going to mute my microphone too, just to keep the noise down a bit.
Are you a turner, Darren?
Yeah, but I'm very much a newbie at it.
Well, there's so much.
Right.
There's so much to learn, and so many different techniques, so many ways of doing things, so many tools. We're all newbies at one thing or another.
I just picked up the tool, and I'm just like, this thing's a monster compared to any of the tools I've got.
You're going to have some control over it.
Oh, I'm going to have something, that's for sure.
The best advice I can give anybody is go and seek out a teacher. I went and spent a couple of days with Robbo, and it was the best time and money I've ever spent on any hobby I've ever had. Yeah, just learnt so much in a short time and work a lot safer as a result of it. And enjoy it a lot more too because of it.
Oh yeah, Robbo is one of the, if not the best instructor I've ever seen. He has the patience. He doesn't hit the student.
Yeah. Nah, but he
not on camera.
Awesome. He is awesome. He has just got so much patience, and he just makes you get it. You get it really easily.
Hello, Tommy.
For those that are watching what Jay is attacking there, that's a block of yellow box timber from Australia, a very hard Australian hardwood that I took him up yesterday. It's actually an offcut from a bridge deck. So that'll give you an idea of how tough this timber is. They use it to make bridge decks with. Going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah.
If anything, he'll learn how to sharpen.
Yeah.
I was on my lathe today and had to use the vacuum system, and I had no vacuum or very little. It took about an hour to trace down the problem. It wasn't the pump, it wasn't a fitting, it wasn't a bad hose. I always put a filter, a gasoline filter from a car or truck, the ones that you can see through that have the paper in them, in line with the vacuum hose itself, so as it's sucking the dirt through the paper. So if there's any dust from the turning, it gets caught there instead of screwing up my pump.
Hello, Tommy. He says he just popped in for a few seconds to say hi, and he's got to get up in about 5 hours. Hello, John S. Must be having computer issues.
Yeah, he's in an unfamiliar workshop, and it's done differently in Robbo's shed than what it's done in his place. So we'll just see how it goes. We might have to be a bit patient.
Why, did I lose everybody?
No, I'm still here. You got a better looking beard.
Yeah, Steve Combs is on here with his big white beard.
What'd you do today?
Oh, I piddled around my shop. I've got to make a cordless charging station for a friend. And darn it, if I didn't cut out all the pieces and then look at the plans, and it's calling for 3/4 stock, 3/4 plywood, and I cut it all out a 1/2 inch. So now I've got a bunch of smaller sections, but I can still scroll them, so they're good.
Yeah, well, if it's multi-layer plywood, at least you'll have more strength out of it.
Right. And that was something else I was thinking of after I came in, was maybe laminating them together. So we'll see.
Is it going to be suspended from a wall or sitting on a bench?
Probably off a wall.
Oh, well, that's not a good call.
All right, we're back at it again.
You coming in? I don't know if it's the same cat or not, but there's a little kitten in the front here.
Nice.
I don't know if it's the same one. It is. It comes under the house. It looks like it. That was funny because me and the cats were back here. She's getting up at work how those little holes in the leaves. I don't know if they made the animals made it for shelter or something. And she kept going in there every time I tried to catch her. Yeah. Well, we walked all the way around here, me and the two.
I think he needs to sharpen that tool rest so it does the cutting for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least knock down that edge.
Wait, what are you moving for?
And it does that when you
When you're pushing on it.
come back into there
Yep.
and just bring it around. All right?
Sorry? Sorry, I'm just going to listen to what you're saying.
But I'm going to take the tail stuff out.
To give you an idea, this I gave Jay this block of timber. The grain is pretty straight in it. It would have come from a tree about 120 feet tall, possibly 9 foot across.
Mute it. Oh. Hmm.
Now, just watch. You come from here,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
use the wing
Alright, well, this. Oh, yeah, I get it. Yep,
round
yep.
that way.
Alright.
All right.
Yep.
That way you can sit it against your body and you get it in there.
What are we doing
Right,
like
don't
that?
swing the handle back, swing it around this way to get the dirt.
Oh, okay, like that, yeah.
Yeah. There you're right. Open the flute just a fraction of that there. Not that far around.
Whoop, yep.
That's all right. Right.
Alright.
Well, Jay's getting through hands-on teaching today and over the
That's
weekend.
normally the reason you don't come in on the end of it, right?
Yep.
So now you can take a little bit out of there and start working your way up.
Yep. Alright.
Switch it off a second. Move the tool rest around a bit. Right.
Yep.
45. Yep.
I'm waiting for it to stall like mine.
You got to have a good dig in to have a good score.
Like that?
No, yeah, so
Yeah, no,
that's
too far
straight
in the
up and
corner.
down.
Yeah.
You've got to get it at 45.
Yep, did it again. Not turning it enough here. Right.
There. No, you're operating on the point. Always operate just out there.
Yeah.
So that you're coming in. And this bevel behind is your support bevel, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about coming up too far up there.
Yeah.
That'll do it, and then get it down around down in this section here.
Darren, I take it that rowboat was your teacher too?
Yeah.
Keep going. No, I don't.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Start moving to the left. No, you're moving the chisel the wrong way. Keep it in there.
Yes, I always get that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it the wrong bloody way again.
Come on, you mongrel thing.
Wrecking it.
Eh?
I said I'm just wrecking it.
Right, now, move your tool rest up and then start taking this top bit off. All right? We've got a couple of big ring shakes down in here that causing a bit of concern.
Yeah.
And this timber's as hard as a hob's hell, and as you can see, it splinters out like that. So that's why we never turn across the face of it or across the edge of it like that.
Yeah, that was a big splinter that came out before.
Oh yeah.
It's only a little one.
It requires a totally different technique to softer woods. Yep.
Just a small one.
Just a small one.
Yeah, that's very nice, isn't it?
Robbo always calls me a masochist for turning timbers like this.
A masochist, though.
Eh?
Is Darren a masochist?
Oh. Yeah.
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 No, wait. Right, now come up and start taking a little bit of that out, right? It should be right round there like that.
You know, for cuts like that, I always prefer the overhand technique. And push down on the tool rest instead of using a finger to hold it down.
No, I can't do it that way. I've tried. It just feels too awkward.
What's that?
Trying to put my hand over it like that and hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work for everyone.
That one's probably getting a bit blunt by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
That's a bit better.
I only do it when it's so hard that it bounces on me.
Yeah.
The type of thing you just can't keep a real sharp edge. It's just, well, from the beginning realize that's not going to happen. Not until you're ready for your finishing cuts. Once you get
Right to
the
the
shape
gate, body.
completely, then
Now
it's
just
easier to do it that
Get that last little bit off. What you're doing is you get to there and then you pull it back and it clicks out the edge.
Yep, all right. Yep, I'll get in here.
There.
It jumps off it. I didn't take that off.
Right. Okay, now you start another cut from down there and start forming your shape.
Yeah. Oh,
So
hang
you've
on,
always
someone
got
else is
timber
coming.
behind the cut.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Oh.
That'd be me.
No, you don't have to. He's going on that computer now if you want. I mean, I'm not trying to get rid of you.
way. Hey, Mark.
He is. He's trying to get rid of me.
See ya.
That's why I left the computer in the other room before.
Howdy, Mark.
How you going, Mark?
Evening. Mark, it'll be evening for you, I think.
Oh,
It'd be morning for Mark.
yeah, morning. You're tomorrow to us, and he's morning to us. That's the one thing I have a lot of fun with the internet and all the different programs that I fit in on. Is it's
Amber,
usually
put that jumper
at
around
least
your
3
neck.
to 4 time zones, if not 10, like in this case. or 10 and a half. I don't know. Are you in a half-hour time zone,
Sorry?
Darren? Are you in a half-hour time zone?
No. So we're on Eastern Standard Time, Australian. I just looked up the Janka rating on this. It's 2,920.
Yeah, but when you figure time, most people today that bounce around the world on internet is that use GMT plus or GMT minus. It's easier, like we're 5 here in Michigan. Well, not that, we're 4 now. We just hit daylight savings time at midnight last night.
Hello, Mark, if you can hear me.
Robbo says hello too. He's kind of communicating through my microphone, or his microphone that I've got on my head.
Jump in, Mark.
Does that take it off or not? Oh, it's just the fairies.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Wow. That's
So just while you're quiet there for a second, guys, I looked up the Janka rating on this timber.
All right, we'll start getting your shape around there now.
This yellow box has a Janka rating of 2,920 as
Okay.
probably the mid-range. This would be harder than that for sure.
Take it up a little bit in speed. Right.
too much corner. That's all right. I realised I had too much wing in.
Bring it over on 45 down the foot. If you get it up like that, it just wants to spin into the timber all the time. So what you're doing is you're holding it on this pebble down there.
Doing very well to get shavings like that out of that timber.
That makes it a little bit trickier, doesn't it?
Huh?
I said that makes it a little bit trickier. I'm just trying to take the tit out of it.
What kind of bevels do you have on that?
Robbo, could you just take one cut across the base just to show how good a shaving you can get off of it?
Darren wants to know if you can take across the base to show how much of a good shaving you can get off of it. He's just rolling a cigarette.
Oh, okay. I just thought you're actually
don't work without cigarettes.
Yeah, no.
My legs don't work without cigarettes.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we heard that.
Have you got a tailstock camera?
Nah. I had to remove the tailstock because it was in the way of the tool.
Yeah.
Have you seen the snow shovels?
Yeah, that's what I have. I've got one like that. Same size.
Yeah. Jay was actually pulling some pretty decent shavings off of that timber. But it'd be interesting to see what Robbo could do with it. It's hard.
We're going to get a chance probably to see how good Jay is at sharpening.
Oh no, you're not going to see that. Robbo was sharpening the tools while I was using a fresh one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it'd be fun to see him and his cricket bat getting you.
You can put the headset on if you want.
I actually offered Robbo something.
Sorry, I'm taking the headset off. No? Okay, then I'll put it back on.
I offered Robbo some of his timber and he told me to take it and stick it where the sun don't shine.
Speakers on? I'll turn the speakers on. Just have the microphone muted. And I won't get the loop feedback. Yeah, and Robbo can hear it. I did it so Robbo can hear it.
Right out.
Oh, wow, magic. Magic. But that does just demonstrate that tool presentation is the key.
Yeah.
Oh, do you
And
want to see me
sharpness.
catch it in the flute, do you? There you go.
Someone else is coming. How you going, Blair?
Hi, gentlemen. How are we?
I'm just going to get a chuck to find out
Alright,
which one's the suit on this, all right?
turn it off, right? What's going on, Blair?
Just took my kids back, and here I am.
You
Where'd
can
you take
return kids? I wish I'd known that a long time ago.
Yeah,
There was no return guarantee at the hospital.
it's the every other weekend thing, you know.
Yeah, I know.
G'day, Blair.
Just having
it
some
is-
fun.
Hey, Darren, how are you?
Good, thank you. It is interesting to see, though, that the difference between Jay and Robbo turning there, that why tool presentation is so important. Robbo was pulling exceptionally long shavings off of this particular timber. As I said before, the Janka rating is 2,900. It makes it pretty damn hard, and this is way harder than that. I know it is because, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I turn a lot of
Hello,
this.
Chris.
We've got an echo.
No, I made it a bit small for them. Yeah. So, take it.
Yeah,
Like a pair of dividers or somewhere.
dividers. Are you talking about these things?
Yep.
Hello, Blair.
But as you can see, that timber's got some spectacular grain coming out in it.
It's got ants in it.
Hi, Chris.
Beautiful. Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, those, they're ring shakes around there, Mark. It's got a good crack up there. It's even wider up here, but I think a little bit of CA glue in them will probably fix them a bit later on. Right, I'll just, oh, good day, Dave, how are you? Chris at least, sorry. Chris is here.
Yep. How you going, Chris? Is that better now, Amber?
Hey, Sarge, did you ever finish that thing you showed me?
No, I got all the insides cut. Now I
Right,
gotta
now,
go
put a
and
little centre
redo the
dimple
Roman
in there.
numerals and cut them
You
out,
use
and
the
then
point
cut
of
the
the
saw
Yeah.
outer
like so.
saw blade
Mhm.
section.
Gotcha.
And I'll show you what I'll do with the rest of it. Then you go.
I started it on a cordless charging station, and I use the too thin material, so I have to either back them up or go find 3/4 inch
Huh?
plywood.
Lift the tool rest up to center it. And then you use a long point. So tilt the chisel over like that.
Yeah.
And just put a little V in there, alright?
It's not that way, it's a hole.
Hey?
A hole.
Yep. Now, to get the calipers,
Yep.
this is the safest way to do it. You sit that in the centre,
Oh, yeah.
make your mark.
It's pretty small, isn't it?
I'll just change coat.
Yes, Mark?
Just sit that in the
There's
centre
problems.
and mark it. That gives you the diameter of any of the tenon. Normally I'd use a much bigger tenon on this,
Okay.
but I've gone too far and I don't want to reduce the height of it too much. Okay, now form your tenon there. And it's got to have a dovetail on this one.
That way or that way? That way.
That's what flatten it out. That's close enough. Right, now get your skew chisel and form your tenon.
Oh, yeah.
The dovetail down in there, right?
Yep. That's all, I just didn't have it flat on all those.
Hold it flat. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Cool.
Rightio. Now start forming your outside shape.
Sharp again.
Right?
Sharpen this one.
I'll sharpen that one. Taking off there. Start forming the shape from there. Right.
Well, hello, Amber.
Keep going, man. No, you keep opening up that flip.
Yeah, I know.
Till it's complete. Just move your tool lift around.
Alright, Amber?
Turn in the background.
Oh, okay. There you go, Darren.
Thanks. Can anyone see my messages, my comments?
They're only in the private chat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you have to go to YouTube and open up the live.
Right.
And if you grab the chat, you can pop the chat out as an independent window.
Yep.
And then you can close YouTube off and just put the chat over the StreamYard chat.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Who are you talking to there?
Sorry?
Who are you talking to there?
Darren.
Leave it to the young kids to know all these ins and outs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
It's kind of like, it's like this one here. See how this is faded out?
Yeah,
That's what it looks like when you
yeah.
do.
Well, I know around my household we got a 14 and a 17.
Start keeping your shape here.
And it's
keep reducing the diameter.
big TVs and a good sized monitor next to it on their computers. You just got to have them 2 screens and one's big of them because for gaming. A separate monitor that's chat on, and they take it for granted.
Yeah. Right. I need an angle. I need a digital angle finder.
Right.
I'll touch it to the top
What a
and
lot
tell
of
me
other
I've got it
people
at
do, they come from there, right?
Yeah.
Have the handle right out there, and you're actually on that level there.
Okay.
So, but I find that an awkward way of doing it. I much prefer to do it this way.
Yeah.
And you can just see how you end the cut. So you stop the cut where you want it to end rather than coming all the way around. And you don't put in a massive cut here so that you don't end up with any foot.
Yep.
So you just start and then start right from the edge. Okay? Do that right round here. I find it easier with my left hand to do that because that's the way I work. But this is how far your body's got to move. It's got to come right round here like this.
Yep.
Right.
I can do it with both.
Yeah, I'll do it with your left hand if I find it easy. No, left hand. Which way are you going to cut now?
Oh, okay. Like that.
Yeah, right. Now, don't stop. There. Now do the same. Make it deeper. Get rid of that bit. And stop.
Okay.
Right. So what we're doing is we're actually going to bring this around here like that. Out of the way.
Yep.
I'll just change cameras. Just hit the button on the.
Oh yeah,
That's it, just press it.
I did. Not hard enough.
Not bad. Here in Michigan, that's a 4-second delay. That's really doing good.
Yep.
Just to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Close the flute!
That's to keep everyone happy, all right?
Yep. He's always yelling that at you.
Oh, buddy, you're going to put me off now.
He never yells at you when you're winning one-on-one, though.
Oh, I don't mind. It must be getting my attention more.
So I'm going to shove my camera for a minute. The kids ordered pizza on me.
Lunch is ready.
Lunch is
We're
ready.
eating inside.
Okay.
We're going to adjourn for about half an hour.
Did you hear that? We're going to stop for about half an hour because our lunch is ready.
All right. You're going to keep it live or restart?
No, I'll just leave.
Sarge!
Gotta keep it right.
Just like a fact.
Rat bags. I'm taking my headset off now. I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Yeah, we'll be about 15 minutes to half an hour, all right, while we have lunch.
So
Yes,
someone
take-
else better
take
jump
your
on the
time, Mark.
lathe. Quick.
We'll pop back in.
Hello, John.
Oh, Blair
Cousins.
left. How you going, John? I'm going in to have lunch. So, talk to my fellow woodworkers.
Not many people end up with a good class and then lunch provided.
We had a barbecue
what do you do,
yesterday.
Darren?
It was really good. So yeah, that particular timber is the yellow box I gave Jay 2 pieces of yesterday, and it has a Janka rating of 2,920 pound. So that's makes it pretty well up there. And that will be harder than that because it's been out in the weather, and I picked it up out of a firewood yard. It had been sitting outside for 3 years in the weather, so it's really gone like stupidly hard. I've turned stuff at over 5,000, and it's as hard as that. So yeah, easily. As you can see, the tool presentation made a big difference to the way it cut. When Robbo just made a minor tweak to the tool presentation, he was getting beautiful shavings off of that, which is very hard to do. And I mean, I'll give Jay his dues there. He's actually tackled that very, very tough bit of timber. He's got a lot off of that in that time. So for someone that hasn't been turning that long, that's an incredible effort on that bit of wood.
I was gonna say, we've only been live for 40 minutes, and he hadn't touched that timber until after we went live. So within 40 minutes, getting it in the shape that it's in, plus some technical difficulties, he's done good.
Yeah, it is a very tough timber. Look, I turn a lot of it, and Robbo calls me an absolute masochist for doing it. Every time I offer him a couple of blocks of it, he says you can just take it home and keep it. He doesn't want to know about it. So, yeah, it's I actually get it from a firewood yard, and I walk in and offer the guy $1 a block for it, and he thinks he's doing really well. But I actually put filled the vehicle up, the 4x4 up one day, and went over the weighbridge both ways and worked out how much I had on board. And it turns out I'm paying half the price he normally charges for firewood by offering him $1 a block, and he hasn't realised that, so I'm not telling him either.
You just told the world.
He won't see this, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But he thought he was doing really good at $1 a block, so we're both happy. It's all that matters. So yeah.
Night, Mark.
Yeah. Good night, Mark. Good to see you in here, mate. So sometimes it just pays to be maybe not walk in and buy firewood by the ton.
Attacked by the killer dog.
It's like my dog. He's eyeing the pizza that I got from the kids. Sit here and he can make his mouth water and look so painful, Why not me? So what do you do, Darren?
I'm actually ill health retired. I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, and as I commented to everyone at the barbecue yesterday, the most reliable thing about me is I'm unreliable. I wouldn't employ me. I've been an employer and I wouldn't employ me. These days I deal with a lot of chronic pain, so I find wood turning for me is a very good distraction from pain. It doesn't make it go away, but you're concentrating so hard on what you're doing, trying to stop yourself from getting hurt, that you don't think about the pain.
And that works for mental. I have post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, I have PTSD.
And I was a POW in Nam, and actually Cambodia, but most people have no idea where that is.
No, thank you for serving, my friend.
Well, it was an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always are.
Yep. The problems are the flashbacks, and and the flashbacks are not about what I find that happened to me. It was seeing my fellow prisoners and some of the people that just worked there because they were in essence prisoners. They were escorted in and searched as they went out in order to make food and stuff like this, us to eat. And it's just those flashbacks still bother me, and the drugs they want to give me or have since I got back, just, I don't know, I can't take them. I don't like being that kind of person. So when I get angry, I put a log on and make a toothpick or a top. In my anger, I'm walking in. They're the shavings.
Yeah.
And they're real. You can look down and see them.
Yeah.
And I've explained that to a bunch of shrinks and that. And I've even got some of them involved and invited them over. And I run clinics, and pre-COVID, we were doing that quite often. I'd have people in and friends to my shop. I had 3 lays and one I could loan and work with people that have post-traumatic stress. And it's good and it's cheap.
Yep. One thing I found, I went to a new rheumatologist about 12 months ago, just pre-COVID shut down for us. And I walked in her office and she says, right, first thing she asked me is, what are your hobbies? And I said, I do a bit of wood turning, and she goes, don't bring me any bowls. And I've gone like, what? And she goes, at least 75% of my male clients are wood turners. And this particular clinic, every rheumatologist has to take a 50-50 split of male and female clients. And she says over half of my female clients are also wood turners. She goes, it's amazing how many people that are dealing with pain issues and post-traumatic stress, as an example, have taken up wood turning as an outlet, because you have to concentrate so hard you can't dwell on what's causing you the issues. So that was very interesting. She said, do not bring me any bowls. And I've gone, okay, I don't make that many bowls. It's not the thing I do the most of. But yeah, I take the hint. And she just got, no, she goes, I've got shelves of them. I've got gifts to give away to people for years. I said, fair enough. I said, but do you have any spurtles? And she goes, what is a spurtle? And I've gone, spurtle is the secret to a good cook. A spurtle is actually a Scottish stirring stick. And I like to make them. It's one of my favorite projects. But again, I make them in ridiculously hard timbers because they look really nice when you make them in the right timbers. Yeah. But if you skew mill them on about a 15 mil cut with something like the Phillip Island tea tree we have down here, which is getting up around 5,000 Jenka, they look spectacular, but they take about 5 times as long to make as if you make them out of something like Meranti, which most people do. So, yeah, they take a lot longer to make, but I use them as my skew practice. It's one of my skew practice projects, and everyone loves getting them, so...
Oh, I would imagine so. I know I used to give away bowls, candlesticks, stuff like that, take them with me to the VA. But I found that it was easier because the government won't let them take it. It has to sit in their office until they forget who gave it to them.
Yeah.
But I learned from my doctor, every time I go in, I have a pen for him.
Yeah.
And I just, say hi and put it in his pocket, depending on the doctor, or her pocket. The guys always seem to have the pocket protectors, and put it in there and just say, well, another one that you can give away to some vet that needs something. So, because when the doctors, they can't get stuff to give them, but pens they can give away. And I do turn them. I don't talk about them. It's just do, 20 or so at a time. And I got probably 6 left before I start again. But I got to go Thursday for a back doctor and new glasses. So I'll put 3 or 4 in my pocket and go.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm a bit like Robbo in the respect that I don't turn pens. You don't speak about pens around Robbo.
I know.
That's what the C tool was. Not the pens. That's P. The P's turn with C tools.
Yeah.
You know what C tools are, Darren?
Yeah, carbides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a swear word around Robbo's workshop.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, he's a production turner to make money, and what do you make on a pen? It costs you $30 for a good pen guts, and you sell it for $75 to $100.
Yeah.
And so it takes you about 4 hours to make.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad. That's better than Robo makes or people make on turning bowls.
A lot of the people, when we have our wood turning show here locally, the local club members are selling pens for what it costs them in materials, and I think that's pretty sad, really. They don't value their time or their effort or their skills, and people come in and buy them, but they're making really exquisite pens, and I think they actually undercut the market too by not showing people what the real value of them is. And I think, as you've said, at the $100 mark, someone's going to buy a pen at that level, and they're going to love it and appreciate it and look after it. If they've only paid $30 for it, it's likely to get lost. And that's the difference.
Overpriced big pen. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't even do those little things.
No.
Yeah, I give them to doctors and some of the security people and the interns. Like when I got my COVID shots, I took 5 each time, and you got to sign here, and I'd sign it, and then I'd hand them the pen back, and they say, "Well, I didn't give you that one." I said, "No, but I gave you that one." And it's just staff that's just sitting there checking people in. They do 1,000 a day at RVA, and
I think they're about to
pen.
come back in. No, or was it someone else we had noise from? Their microphone's still muted. So,
Yep. But that's all I ever. I get their turn to be given away to other vets.
Yep. Oh, look, I'm a professional photographer, and I get the same thing when we go to exhibit. People will sell for what it costs them to frame and print, and then people go, "But how come you're charging 10 times as much?" Well, I actually bought quality custom framing, not just a frame from the $2 shop and whacked anything in it. So it's been custom framed to suit the piece of work. And it's been professionally printed, not printed at home on an inkjet. Good old dip and dunk print that's going to last for 100 years. It's not going to fade after 5 if you put it in the sun.
Yep, I agree. What camera do you have?
I shoot a Canon EOS 5D Mark III. That's my main body.
Back in the film days, I had a Hasselblad. Ended up with 2. So when I went to get one fixed, I found that it was real, but it was supposed to stay in Hong Kong and not be sold. It was made for export. But I was in Nam, and I've stopped to Hong Kong, for R&R, and I bought a camera. The taxi driver sold it to me. Right over. I mean, you get from the taxi from the airport to the hotel we stayed in. All he did was show stuff up and say, "Well, I got nice watches." He'd have a bunch of we like rings. We got rings, you know. And all the way he's selling. There's two of us in the back seat and one up front. And then he comes up with this camera, and I said, "Well, how much for the camera?" And I told him, "No, I can't afford that. That's too much for a GI." And every time we went somewhere, he seemed to be the taxi to grab me. And finally, on my way out, I picked up a camera, 4 lenses, and 2 backs for $1,000. I'll tell you, I lucked out. When I found what the insurance was later, that was something. But I shot that until film gave up. I didn't want to get the electronic back. It wasn't worth it. My cell phone did the same. The electronic back was outrageous. But I did motion picture work for quite a few years too. So I stayed in that business for quite a while and got bored with it.
Can anyone else hear something in the background?
Yes.
Ah, that's where it was coming from. Sorry. It's all right.
Sorry, was my TV too loud?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, no.
It's just on for noise anyway, so I'll minimize the noise.
Yeah. No, I picked up photography just over 12 years ago and got really good at it really quick. But while not saying I hadn't done any photography before, but I picked it up seriously and had a crack at it. And I came from a video production background, so I had a bit of a heads up there. But where I was well in front of the game was I'd been using Photoshop since its inception, doing graphic art. So I had been producing other people's photos for decades. And so when I jumped into it, I had a very good Photoshop background. So that gave me an edge over everyone who was just jumping into the digital era and trying to make a living from it. And I had one of the local guys come and abuse me as I walked out of my local camera store going, "How dare you undercut us with your work?" And I've gone like, "You don't know me from a bar of soap, mate. How can you say I'm undercutting you?" And he's gone, "But you've taken my clients away from me." I said, "Who are your clients that I've taken away from you?" And he named one of them. And I've gone, "Interesting. I've got the receipt here in my hand. I just got paid for the job. Now, what were you getting paid from him?" And he gave me a figure. And I said, "Well, it's funny. I just got paid 3 times as much for that. So how can I be undercutting you?" And he's gone like, "What?" I showed him the receipt. I said, "Now, based on the job that I did, now I know who you are and the job I got that I just did. I've just been paid 3 times as much for the same job you did. And I know now why I got your work. Because, one, I'm putting in the time and not just walking and trying to make a quick buck, walking in and out in 5 minutes. I listened to the client and I produced what they wanted, not what you wanted to produce. And there's why they're now employing me." Yeah.
That's typical today of people. They don't listen.
Yeah. So I was picking up a lot of work and I had none of the shop front or anything like that, working from home. So I was making quite good money, for what I was doing. And these guys were all getting very angry. And I said, "Well, I'm not trying to take your work away from you. I don't advertise. All my work comes from word of mouth, from basically people seeing my work here at the camera shop getting printed. That's where my business comes from." And I said, "And the owner of the camera shop doesn't push my work either. It just happens to get left sitting around the counter for people to see." And I said, "Look, guys, all you've got to do is start putting the effort back in. You're all talented photographers, but you're not making the effort anymore. You just think it's easy money, and you've got to realize there's a lot of people out there who will undercut you and will cut you to the bone to try and get the work. I'm not trying to cut anyone to the bone. The one area I wouldn't go into to get over them, though, was wedding photography. I did several, made very good money at it, but no, sorry, it's just too stressful. Too stressful.
I've done it for friends. I think 5 years ago was the last time I did it. No, no.
Nah, wedding photography is something you really get off on and enjoy, or I had the bridezillas, the type scenario where they just wouldn't cooperate. You take them out for a pre-shoot, run them through the whole routine, and they should be able to then go and get through what you need to be done easily because they've worked with you before. On the day, I had one crowd turn up. They were all so drunk by 11 o'clock in the morning they could barely stand up to get the wedding ceremony done.
Oh no.
Then trying to actually get after the wedding ceremony with all the friends and everything. Well, they've all taken off. Couldn't get anyone. The parents actually had to fly back about 2/3 of the guests, so we could actually reshoot and restage the wedding photos. It would cost them a lot of money, but I said to them, look, I'm quite prepared to come in and do it again for nothing if you get the guests back. But I did tell you beforehand the guests had to hang around after the wedding to get what you wanted out of it, and they agreed with me, and they were very wealthy people, but it was just very sad that 20 odd people had to be flown back to get photography that should have taken about 20 minutes. They couldn't hang around for 20 minutes.
Yeah, people don't listen.
No, and who are you to tell them what to do? I'm being paid to do this. But anyway, I sadly, portrait photography is where you make the most money. I'm lucky I don't actually have to rely on it for an income, but and I haven't done much of late. But I've been pretty busy trying to sort out the workshop, I suppose, getting there slowly.
Yep, I did motion picture.
Yeah.
After the military, and in Alaska, I went up there during the pipeline and got hired to document it and the construction of half of it.
That would have been a very cool project.
Big. And problem was everything freezes when, around Halloween, October for us, the weathermen will say it's 50 warming to 20 today. And you have to think about that. But locals, you just understand it. There's a point where you stop saying below zero. And, emulsion doesn't like to go around sprockets too easy.
No.
Not if there's any moisture on it. If anything, it'll even turn because lubricants freeze solid.
Yep.
And I have been a person to solve problems. And I worked out and had infinite money to do it, it seemed, after I proved it worked. And everybody that had 5 people try out for the job, and 4 of them just packed up and they just left. They just, after a week, they just give up. Because my thinking was in the winter, you winterize the cameras.
Yep.
And you keep them in a freezer when you're not using them. The freezer is not a problem. You're just bringing the outside temperature in. You're not using the refrigeration system until summer. Then you turn it on to keep the cameras in there. And you have a second set that you use during the summer. And I was lucky enough because a relative is PhD and does a lot of research for one of our top government agencies, about ready to retire now. But he gave me some stuff he got from NASA that was the lubricant used on satellites.
Which, of course, are below zero. Yeah.
Yes. And basically, it was Teflon.
No.
All it was. We call Teflon today as the trade name. But it had the scientific name, and they had it in big boxes. So he was able to get some and give it to me, and I was able to get a person out of Hollywood who maintained cameras, retired from MGM, and the cameras we had. He came up and he thought that was interesting, and we put him in heavy winter parkas in a freezer, and he winterized 2 film cameras, and we ran them and ran thousands of film through and never had a problem because we never brought them indoors. The only thing that came in was a magazine, and it came through from a freezer that wasn't on, which was our part of our dark room, through a door in the other half of which was on, to where it was bringing the outside air in, and that's where the film was taken out of the magazine. It's still in the dark, and it was passed into processing, of which put it in the machine right away to process. And we never had a problem. Once we got that process working, we kept that a secret at the University of Alaska, and we won the contract. We're the only people that can shoot at below zero, and everybody kept that a secret, that funny little lab stuck on the side of the Rydberg Library. Couldn't figure out. And what we had infinite money after that from the pipeline company.
Yep, that's good. My biggest problem, when I first started shooting film in Australia, I was living in the Central Australian deserts, and the only time we'd ever pull semi-successful photos was in the middle of winter, when it was in your money around the 100-degree mark Fahrenheit, and you might get maybe 15 or 16 shots out of a 24 roll. The rest would be heat affected. Try to do it in the summertime, and if you got 5 shots out of a roll of 24, you were done well. And this is going to the point of taking film out of a car refrigerator or a cool box straight into a camera which has been kept in an insulated bag and working for less than 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, the camera gear's got that hot that it's basically ruining the exposures. And if you only tried to load 5 or 6 frames, you'd get nothing, because it was relying on those extra frames around the inside ones to insulate them. So you'd only get the first 5 or 6 frames out of it, and the rest would just be getting wrapped around it. You just give up shooting from that point and just quickly wind it on just to give it some insulation and chuck it back in the cartridge. Or else you get nothing. So I gave up very quickly on shooting film and went over to video production and mainly shot motorsports. Was my big thing. I was right into Speedway, and I could actually pretty much shoot and edit on the fly, pretty much, because I'd edit in camera to a very high percentage of it, and then within probably 45 minutes at the end of the meeting, I would have enough edited to give people a rough cut of what they had done that night, and then I'd have a full-fledged edited version within 48 hours that I'd either post out, or if they were hanging around, I'd make sure they got it within 24 hours to hang around till the next day. I'd stay up all night editing, and then some of them come and pick it up in the morning, and made very good money because I got quick turnaround. Without quick turnaround, you couldn't make any money out of it because they weren't interested in what they did a week earlier. It's funny like that. If they could see what it was straight away, good, because a lot of these guys were only buying it so they could review how their cars were handling.
Mm-hmm.
That was why they were doing it. So, Now, it looks like the boys are back from lunch, so we'll get back into it.
I'm going to kill my camera and enjoy some cold pizza. The dog's sitting here drooling and begging. It's mine, not his.
Right.
I'll be here watching.
Okay, I saw a hand there just a second ago, so there's another one. Yep. It's Thing. Things come into turn.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested in what the pliers are for.
We can't show that. Hang on, I'll take it.
So obviously filling some cracks there, Jay.
Yeah, so it looks like.
Being a dry wood as it is, that should work real well because it's not going to flex while you're turning it, is it?
No, it's I actually bring it home and I leave it in the driveway out in the weather, so it'll hopefully spolt, and that's probably why it's cracked a little bit. It normally doesn't crack. I actually gave him 2 blocks yesterday. That one had no cracks in it, so he's actually picked the tougher of the 2 blocks to work from. But I think the block he's picked though has got the more character in it. So I'm glad he actually did turn this one. It's a bit more of a challenge, but it's coming up very nice. It really is. Beautiful timber. A lot of people won't turn it because it's so hard. It is, as Robbo says, I'm a masochist for turning it, but it does come up very, very nice, especially when you do it with Danish oil. If you finish it with Danish oil, it comes up exceptionally well. But it's one of those timbers that's so hard, you can just buff it with a aluminium oxide cutting compound like you use for polishing alloys and brass and things like that. And it comes up with a very good polish just using that, which is how I use it when I do things like magnetic pin bowls, because I don't want to finish them with something that'll chip. So I just polish the timber itself. It doesn't come up super shiny, but comes up very, very smooth. And of course, you can't ruin the finish because there's no finish on there to take off.
Nice.
Well, when you think about it, sewers throwing pins at it all the time, it'll eventually mark anything you put on it. If you put a polyurethane on it, it'll eventually scratch it, damage it. So, yeah.
You said a magnetic pin ball?
Pin ball, yes. Sewers use them to hold their sewing pins.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
perfect.
they're about 2 inches across, and then I bore a hole in the bottom, put a couple of powerful magnets in the bottom of them, and then plug it. And they just have a slight concave in the top. And the other reason I love using this timber is because it's so heavy. You don't have to make a hugely deep one to have enough weight so it doesn't slide around all over the place. So it is very heavy, this timber. That block there would have weighed about, pretty close to 25 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. Would have gone really close to that.
You're going to have to do video on your pinballs.
I will be posting them. I don't do streaming because it's just not what I do, but I'll do some tutorials on them and put them up as guides elsewhere. Put them up on some of the pages. So, yeah.
Because that'd be something neat for people doing crafts, because I've never seen anything like that.
Well, I also sell a lot of them to guys who do computer work, because if they use a mechanics pinball to hold their screws and things like that, the magnets are actually too powerful and can damage computer gear they put near them. But these will actually hold the screws in place, but because there's a fair bit of insulating timber around them, it doesn't create issues with their other gear they're using nearby. So, yeah. Now, I think they're talking about something. I think they better unmute themselves.
I think Robo's giving them shape directions and stuff like that. Of course, how to cut it to get to that shape.
Well, have we convinced you yet, Sarge, to get a lathe?
Yep, still the same time and money.
Yeah, keep an eye out in the second-hand market. There's always bargains coming up.
Right.
It's look, so many people buy gear and think they watch YouTube and think they're going to be able to turn easily, and then realise it's a lot harder than what it is.
Can't do it in here, it won't work.
Or they get old, or they die, and then the spouse or whatever doesn't know what to do with it, so it's in a yard sale. Everything in a box goes. That's how I bought two of mine that I have in the shop years and years ago. The ones I loan out are that way.
Up there now. Now, don't keep taking off there, or it'll just go in and in and in when there's nothing left. So move up a little bit, and then start serving it. Right, now what's causing that?
Not on the bevel?
That's right.
On the wrong bloody way, man.
You move around here a little bit. Right. Stand there.
Good old full cut.
Kind of going like that.
Yeah.
Too much this time.
Bring it out. You've got to get that curve up there, all right?
Yep. All right.
Might be better using your right hand.
Yeah, I was about to say my fat duck is getting in the way.
No, don't go in there. Just keep making. Moving the body across the swing. So that's okay.
Yep. Wait.
Well, Darren, I agree. Except anybody should learn how to be ambidextrous at a lathe. Most woodworkers I know who do flat work
We're going to fall over if
are
I keep
used
going.
to working on both sides of wood.
Yeah.
Actually, Darren, I'm ambidextrous.
Yeah, same here.
I've learned to be. Long time ago. The hard
I'm
way.
ambidextrous when it comes to eating.
Yeah. But self-defense charge, you were taught to be ambidextrous.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
should be able to kill a person with one punch with either hand or the back of your heel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Start back there again and come up.
Yep.
Open it through there. Move it this wide. Move the body a bit this wide.
So I've got to come this way a
You got
little
the
bit.
flute closed down.
Yeah.
And it just. So come back to the start there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, was get that bottom point in first and then get it come down.
Flat. I'll sharpen in a second. This one's a bit sharper.
Bit easier doing it like this than over the interweb.
I never worry about push or pull cuts. It's all the same. Right.
Yeah.
Now. Right, I'll go and sharpen this one.
Yep.
Can we just stop that for a second and see what the finish is like on that?
Just a little bit more out of there. And keep that curve coming up to there, alright?
Hang on a sec, Darren. I'm just going to do another cut.
I just wanted to see what Robbo's cut was like, that was all.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, that is it. Oh, sneaky bugger.
Yeah, that's actually coming up quite nice.
Wow.
Yeah. But as you can see, sharp tools are very important on this timber.
It's got ants in it. It's got ants in it, thanks. Hang on, Blair.
Oh, you're just lucky I didn't bring any of our bull ants.
Yeah, you can keep those. Inch ants you're talking about?
Yeah, they're well over an inch long.
Oh, no, I've experienced them before. You can keep them. They run up your leg too fast for my liking.
Yeah, just be glad they're not red ants, fire ant.
Yeah, we have a jumping ant in Australia, which is very similar.
Right. Yeah, when I was in northern Australia, I didn't see any ants, but I seen a bunch of termites in mounds that were taller than my house.
Yep.
And hard as concrete, too.
Oh, yeah.
Termite
seen
capital of the world.
I've seen people think they could push them over with a four-wheel drive and then found out they couldn't.
Yeah, it's like running into a hard tree, like an oak tree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
You see, here in Australia, we consider an oak tree to be a softwood.
Don't push your hand back so quick. People rubbing on the bed.
And y'all ever turn blackjack?
Right, hold it there or you're going to chop the top right off. So I'll just fix that bit up.
I'm picking up Robbo's shape. Yeah, I'm good at not getting the shape that Robbo wants. I'll do the opposite of what he asks.
It's Darren's fault. It's the timber that he gave us.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just fix this one right up.
That's it. I like that idea.
Sarge,
Yeah,
I've
blame
never
me.
heard of blackjack timber.
Right.
Yeah, don't let me touch that side again, otherwise I'll kill it.
Right. Okay, now what you're going to do is roughly from here, curve this corner around, all right? So it comes up.
How you going,
Howdy,
Neil?
Neil.
Oh, good day, Neil. You can't hear me, but
Yeah, you can. We can hear you through this microphone.
oh yeah, rightio. Okay, now round this over down in there, all right?
I'm going for the off.
Yeah. No, not from there. That's the problem. You always start too far in and you suddenly destroy everything, all right? Like little bitty bits.
Oh, shit.
Bring the handle round. You won't get a curve if you don't. Right, that's it. Now, start at the start of the cut and don't take any off and increase the cut.
Right there on the corner there.
Right, the other chisel is a bit sharper. Drop your handle down.
Kill that shape soon.
What's got to imagine is the shape up there, and you're watching, you should be watching up there, and just drawing with the chisel like a pencil. That's it. It's easy.
Yeah. I'm cringing in my face as he says it's easy.
I'm surprised, Robbie, you haven't grabbed him by the hips and made him dance around it a bit more.
I can't hear what they're saying.
Darren said he's surprised you haven't grabbed me by the hips and made me dance around more.
They're too bloody big.
Doesn't have that problem with Amber though.
Oh, she smells better than you do.
She's held back. That's just being biased, that is.
Keep getting your cut. Get rid of that corner. Carry the cut right through to the end. Don't stall halfway and start again. No, get rid of this bit. But don't undercut into here. You've got
Trying to come around.
We'll take smaller cuts. Just come in on the. Just come in from there.
Can I swear and say this is where you grab the sandpaper?
What's that, Darren?
I said, is this where you swear and say you go and grab the sandpaper?
Darren, is this where I swear and go and grab the sandpaper?
Aye?
Him, Darren, is this where you swear and go and grab the sandpaper?
Give me that chisel there. I'm going to
Dirty grit.
You're right.
Yeah, the 80 grit tool.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how you ruin a good cut.
You don't ruin it if you've learned something from it.
Don't tell Robbo that, hey.
Jay, would it be easy to move that tool rest around just a little bit?
Oh no, it's alright there. I'm just trying to get this little corner to shape a little bit.
Okay.
And then, then Robbo goes and does it anyway. Thanks.
Why is it hard to cut? It's yellow box, Neil.
It's yellow box and I'm not used to using Robbo's tools. That's my excuse anyway.
You mean sharp tools.
Yes, they will be incredibly sharp.
In a minute, make the cut for him in a minute.
I'd be like that.
We need to start an online fund to get you some good tools.
I'll just wait till Robbo's not looking.
Right, see, now you're starting to flatten it out.
I'll just wait till Robbo's not looking, Dr. Bob, and then I'll just wait. Follow these solid tools. Full solid. He's got a ball and he's got a taller than me. And I'm over 6 foot tall, so.
I don't know why you find it so hard.
Look at that perfect cut that I'm getting now.
He's got to learn to be ambidextrous.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that part down right, the ambidextrous side of it. It's just a matter of working around my fat duck sometimes.
I know if I use push cuts, I always have problems making proper curves. I started with a push and use pull cuts to put it in the shape it should be in later. At least it seems that way.
I've got to admit, this is a hard timber to turn.
Yeah, Darren just said that in the chat. You make it look easy, and it's not.
So you're going to be there for a couple days?
Yeah, we're leaving here about 5 o'clock Thursday morning.
So you're going to get a chance to try some other wood.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's got another block of this to turn yet.
Oh, have we enough out of you?
But you picked the harder of the two blocks.
I thought they were the same,
there.
to be honest. What are you after?
Aren't you there for learning? So go live and do a whole 2 or 3 days of nothing but live. Live
Yeah.
and lunch and potty breaks. Your own marathon.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'll go that far, but... Whoop.
That's better.
Yeah, sounds like someone needs some oil there, actually.
Right.
Yeah,
Parasitic feedback.
he's I gave him 2 blocks of this yellow box yesterday, and this is definitely the harder of the 2 pieces, but it has the much nicer grain in it. So he's picked the one that's going to show off better. But yeah, it's got a few cracks in it, so he's doing very well. I mean,
that echo feedback is actually coming from my laptop, which is about 10 feet behind me. So I'm trying to keep that down.
So Darren, I haven't met you before. How do you know Robbo or?
Robbo is actually my wood turning teacher.
Ah,
yeah. He's our local guru, go-to guy basically. I don't realize a lot of guys around that can teach you, but no one does it like he does. Simple as that.
true.
It makes a huge difference getting one-on-one lessons. It's a game changer. And as I say to everyone, you go and spend a fortune on tools and equipment.
No.
Go and spend a little bit on some lessons so you enjoy it all a lot more and actually learn to work safer and more productively. It's you can't learn it all from YouTube, no matter what a lot of people say.
That's called a catch, all right?
Yep. But he demoed one. Yeah, I had my grandfather teach me, and it
So
was
what
his father's shop.
I think it kind of helps to have a teacher that's not going to get angry at you, when you're doing something wrong. No, I'm serious. I don't mind them yelling at me. Sorry, I'm looking for the mute button again. I can't find it.
I just can't believe the shavings Robbo's pulling off this timber.
Did you put a back bevel on that tip, Robo?
He can't hear you, Bob.
Right.
I had to pull the microphone out because it's looping. So
that is coming up so nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's got some nice grain to it.
And it was going to be firewood.
I'll just go and sharpen this a bit.
I mean, I pay $1 Australian for each block of that.
Nice.
Yeah. And the guy at the firewood yard thinks he's getting a good deal too. As I said earlier, I weighed the vehicle before and after I loaded up, and I was actually paying half of what his normal asking price is for firewood. But he thinks he's getting a good deal because he's getting $1 a block.
Yeah.
where is this place?
No, that's my secret.
Damn it.
You can load the back of your car up.
Yeah, I've only got a small car.
If I can drop back down your way in the next couple of days, I'll bring you some more.
No, it's very nice.
Seeing as you're enjoying it.
Have you watched any of his lives at night, every night?
Not as many as I'd like because I'm pretty busy at the moment with a few other things. So, but yes, wow, that's come up stunning.
Man,
yeah.
this stuff loves chipping.
Oh yeah.
Peach is in there.
Sorry, Bob, what was that?
No, another teenager come home.
The timber would be somewhere in the vicinity of 400 years old.
Yeah, it's
And-
better.
And it was milled probably 7 years
now.
ago and been sitting in the weather for at least 4.
Oh,
3 to
wow.
4. So, yeah.
Well, the oldest widow
Bobo, you need to break out the carbide.
All right. We'll
Oh.
Blair's swearing at you.
What?
C word.
Oh, the C word.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
That's
I'll
C
take a
word.
photo. I'll take a photo of his carbites before we leave, so we've got evidence for Dark. All right.
I mean, he
I see.
keeps them hidden.
Oh no, they're not hidden. They're just in his. I'll call it a tool closet because it's not a cupboard. It's a closet. I seen it. I was like, Amber, come here, quick, look at this.
You were drooling.
Oh no, you know.
want them to wait.
Who was that?
How many tools would you estimate he has? Turning tools.
Look, to be honest, I think I'd lose count.
What?
That's
they
why I
asked,
say take a
How many
guess.
tools do I think you've got? I don't know, 500?
No.
Well, he's got-
210.
210, he said.
No, he's got 211. There's one other tool standing at the lathe at the moment.
You got your homework done, dude? Go upstairs and get it done. You got 2
Don't
hours
worry
before
about
the
that,
internet
man.
goes away.
Don't worry
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
No, I don't got any. I don't have any homework. It's just fun.
Yes, the rotary
Yeah,
sander
you
makes
haven't got one
working
of
on this a
these.
lot easier.
Just on the edge there.
Oh,
Or you can do it on the bottom edge like that. If you want it.
yeah. Right.
It won't spin in the middle.
That's it. We can hear it cutting now.
Is that a 2 or a 3 inch?
How big is she? I don't know, she has rubber. Two.
Don't get too much of an edge there because you can actually put a mark down at that.
So that's a good
I
thing
like
with
that.
wood turners. You guys can say, well,
Maybe I should go and get the
wood's
9-inch
moving.
one out.
It's true.
There you go.
we got to do it while trying to hold the piece still.
All right, I can hear what you're saying now, you lot.
That's it looks like a 3 inch sanding disc.
Yeah, it is 75 mil.
dust from going.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wait on, I've got a dustbin upstairs.
Well, I meant to bring one and I forgot.
Just hold on. I'm taking headphones off to find the dust mask.
Annie's in the house.
Hi, Amy.
Sorry.
Hi, Amy.
New one. I already have worn this one. We need adjusting and everything. Just turn that off. Hello, Amy.
See you.
How you going?
One thing Jay has is some very loyal followers, and he doesn't always start at the same time, but the word gets around or they just sit and wait.
I showed the guys yesterday my new Vicmark disc sander, which has actually got a vacuum attachment to it. So you hook the handle of the disc sander to a vacuum cleaner, and
Yeah.
it sucks up a fair percentage of the dust as you're working with it. Doesn't get all of it, but gets a fair percentage of it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it looks pretty neat though, actually.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're not cheap, but they're easy to adjust the angle on as well. And it's got a very decent length handle on it to get down deep inside. So, and they come with two heads.
Oh, it comes from Tasmania.
Ooh.
I thought it was Queensland actually, but anyway.
No. Tasmania's got the two heads.
Yeah. But it's a very well designed tool.
So Neil wants to know what the diameter of the base is at the moment. Looks too small for a 2x3, but too big by looks of a 1x3. Just the OG seems a bit steep still.
Yeah. No, the base is coming out to about, wait on, I'll put it on the other camera, I'll show you. Base is coming out from about here. So we do that when we reverse turn, when we reverse chuck it. So we'll form the base on it then. Unfortunately, I took the tenon down a bit too small. I was going to put a 90 mil, but I couldn't find the 90 mil jaws, so that was it. It's got a slight chip in it here, but because of that's up the top there, it's got a chip out of it down here. One there, one exactly over here. Not going to worry about sanding them out because I think we're going to lose that up here with this ring shape. I don't have any thick CA glue to put in it, so
Also, because of the cracks going down there's not helping that really.
the cracks actually run all the way down the whole face of it, so it may end up a very small little bowl only about 2 or 3 inches thick. You never know.
Yeah, I'm not really that fussed. Whatever
All right.
happens.
Oh.
Not getting there.
Wait on. 120 you want?
Well, if it cracks while it turns, it just shows that it can happen to anybody.
Oh, a lot of our eucalypts are very prone to that. Yeah. Don't try to use the whole face, just an edge. Yeah, big yarn bowl for putting ball of rope into, I think.
If it's like some of my wife's yarn, you could probably get away with that. Some of that fluffy rope size yarn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law knitted me a jumper many years ago. And I call it my Arctic jumper. I wanted a nice, thick, long jumper that came down over my bum because my back's freezing. So I reckon that she turned about a 1/2 inch rope. It's that. G'day, Mike. How are you?
Howdy, Mike.
The warmest thing I've got is ripper.
You say don't.
Well, you better not be holding her down in there.
Oh, what? We into kinky stuff, are we, Todd?
Is that Stella whining?
If a Marine can think it, he's been taught he can do it.
Going outside there, Mom? Going out?
It's hard to say. And you got a house with a Marine, Cajun, and a couple offsprings of both.
I touched it.
At least you got a place with some great spiced food.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Cajun cooking.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the most fun I've ever had, period, full stop, red light, was Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah.
I had to take a film crew of
Hang on, Mike.
6 cameramen and 8 audio people down to do it when I was doing work for the PTL club. You'd recognize it here, Baker's Street. And I'll tell you, it was a wild thing for a solid week. It never stopped. The city
Well, it might not be, it may be dry. Funny stuff, that stuff.
Not that way.
But the food was beyond belief.
Yeah, we had leftover crawfish etouffee tonight.
Oh, we had leftovers for lunch today, leftovers from yesterday. I think we'll be having it for 3 and lunch tomorrow as well.
Yeah, same here.
Turn the other way, so you get this.
Oh yeah, that, I can see that. Yep.
No kangaroo steaks?
That one, yeah. No kangaroo steaks.
I can't believe we got restaurants when they were open here that they're $35 to $40 for a 8-ounce steak.
Yeah, I'm just starting to pick him up, Neil.
What?
You're sanding too much in here, and now you're starting to lose the curve on it.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Well, that way you want me to start there?
Yeah.
Right. I only need one coach in here.
I don't think he's used to such a big sander.
We're Australians, everything has to be bigger.
Yeah. And the right kind of sandpaper yet.
Yeah. Oh, look, the right kind of sandpaper makes all the difference.
Better?
Bob's saying that you're not used to such big sanders and big lathes and everything.
No, and the power.
And the power.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, see, we use more bolts than you American guys, so it's got to be a lot stronger.
Out there, isn't it? What does that need?
I'll tell you what, when I was in Iraq, we had a light bulb blowout in right outside my shop, and I refused to change the light bulb because of the fact that their voltage was not regulated right. It would go up and down, up and down. So you may think you're grabbing 110 or 220 or 110, but you actually may be grabbing 220 or 180 or just, it was
I'm never
off
gonna get on
the
this
charts,
site.
up and down.
Sorry?
Don't worry, it's alright, it's just me.
Right. Now, sand it evenly over the whole thing. Don't just concentrate
Staying in
on one spot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Neil says it's supposed to be like a wave, Jay.
Yeah.
Not used to using such a short handle either.
What was that?
Not used to using such a short handle.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me.
Well,
Neil, did you get that message in the thing about your bad voice? It's in the admin section of the Woodturners of Australia.
what's it in chapter 4 now?
Facebook deleted it because they said it was bullying, or what he was saying. When he was talking about his father saying something. His father's been long gone. Right. Okay. That's starting to look pretty good.
Wow. Can you guys go and grab the other block and put it up as a comparison, please, to show them what it sort of started like?
Can you go and get the other bit of that?
Yeah.
And bring it in and just show them.
Because you wouldn't believe what it came from. That's stunning. That's coming up so nice.
Yeah, this is when I usually have a spritzer of alcohol I hit them with to see what the grain's like. I don't use water. I believe alcohol so it doesn't, swell the wood.
Yeah. Also, if you do it with a bit of alcohol, when you go to do a wipe on it, just helps it take on a bit easier too.
Yep.
I always give them a quick wipe over with denatured or methylated spirits, as we call it.
Oops. There you go.
That's what it looked like.
Wow.
That's what it looked like.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a difference. Before and after.
So,
Looks like a piece of railroad tie.
It pretty much is railroad tie. It's actually bridge decking.
Yeah.
So,
Decent sized block.
Yeah, a lot of this thing.
Yeah. And that's very heavy. That'd weigh around about the 25-pound mark.
Right. There's your next one, Joe. Next one there. 240.
You just put it halfway on, mate. Then you get a random orbital sander. Robbo, Neil wants to know about what?
I got a notice last night that an admin had been pulled up over the text where you were talking about your father, what he used to say to you, and they thought that it was you that had posted up saying that to some poster on the board, that's all. And they gave you a caution.
Too many snowflakes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Right.
Oh, I did.
Wow.
Not looking too bad now. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Seems everybody's interested.
Go for it.
I turn this stuff all the time, and I'm still amazed at how good that piece has come out.
Yeah, well, it may not come out yet because it's.
Yeah, but let's hope it hangs in there. That's just stunning.
I don't think it's going to.
No,
I have
but
my
still,
doubts.
I know you do.
Looks like it's crying too. Got a tear from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens when water gets down them.
As I said, that's been sitting out in the weather because I've been hoping it's going to spout. Might take 30 years.
Is that water?
Yeah. Water's come down through the cracks there.
Yeah.
And followed the drain all the way around.
Yeah.
So, all right, take it off there now. Oh, I love the smell of metho in the morning.
No, it's better than napalm.
You're right about that.
Doing it the wrong way? No. Oh, God.
No, you're right. I know.
Get a spanner.
In that cupboard there, in the bottom left-hand corner, just underneath the shelf, in the door, over on the left-hand side, you'll see two big spanners with a red and a yellow handle on them. Now, Neil, this is the correct way to remove a bowl, all right? You hold the bowl and undo the headstock. Neil dropped the bowl on his finger yesterday.
Oh.
It only weighed a few kilos, you know, so.
It's why Neil is sitting here now watching rather than out turning because I doubt he could hold a chisel at the moment. Now, is that really nice fine wood screw you showed me before, Robbo?
Yeah.
What brand are they, just so everyone knows?
Woodfast, but I don't think you can buy them anymore because Woodfast don't.
Right.
Wood Turning Solutions are no longer in business. So, right.
Over there on the table.
That's sad because that has a beautiful thread on it.
Geez, Jay's going well. He's got a TA today.
What was that?
But usually isn't the TA younger than the tradesman?
8 people in here.
Depends on any job you can get.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's got someone to sharpen chisels for him. Chuck it up. He's doing well.
Just protecting his grinding wheels and tools.
But that figure in that on the side that's showing at the moment, that's just stunning.
Mhm.
Seriously, it's making me so much want to go and grab another block of it after this is finished and go and chuck it on the lathe.
Right, turn it on and give us a look at it.
Then you'll go live and we'll be in there to support you.
Ah, you bitch.
It's not running true.
Pop out. Fill the tail stop.
No, I don't.
What's up, Jup?
Justin.
How you going, Justin?
G'day, Justin.
Did you get moved in yet?
That's close.
No, we're not allowed to tell anyone where Justin potentially might be moving to. You're going to New South Wales, aren't you, Justin?
Just turned on a minute. Just look. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Justin, there's a link in the chat if you want to come in our Facebook chat, I mean.
Rightio, level out the top. Yeah, I'm the same, Justin. I wouldn't move to New South Wales either. Right, face it off across there first.
Are they both sharp?
Yeah, both reasonably sharp at the moment. Yeah.
Just take note, mate. Reasonably sharp is, in Robbo's standard, is sharper than your usual.
Hey, Robbo or Jake, you want to change the camera?
Sorry.
Pardon?
Just my plunge cut from there. So. Gently.
He's telling me to do a plunge cut. I reckon I'll wreck it if I do that.
Can you guys change the camera?
They're not listening to you, bro.
Yeah. Story of my life.
Won't that wreck the shape?
Sorry?
Won't that wreck the shape? Won't that wreck the shape?
No. You're not going right through. You're only levelling it off.
Oh, you just said to do a plunge cut.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah. But by plunge cut, I mean just to level it off there, like this.
I don't think either one of them had headphones on.
Oh,
Same having the signal bounce across the way.
all right.
Right.
Fair enough. Tailstock cam. They want tailstock cam.
We said please.
Bloody tough the audience today.
Hey, we gotta take your spot, Robo.
Right?
I don't get this phenomenon.
Don't get what?
Pushy people.
Is that an illusion, or you really that far below center?
It's below center. Always turn below center. But by the same token, the handle should be down about there, so there's really the tool rest can come up a little bit. I operate just on center or just above with the tool tip, but the tool rest is always below center.
Oh, I know that, but it
hello,
looks like the tool.
Hello, Charlie. Long time no see. Yeah, that tool rest can come up a bit, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, Justin's out back.
What?
Where? I can't see.
What's he on about?
Justin's backstage.
Oh, down here. Scroll down
Oh, yeah, right.
to the roller.
Oh,
Hit
right
the
on.
roller.
Yeah. It's all right. I've got to find a bloody cursor. I'm working on two monitors. There, Jay, you do it.
All right. He's got it on extended monitor, so if the mouse disappears, it's on the other monitor. So it's a matter of
It's a matter of finding it. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky like that.
Oh,
Hey Jay, you're probably
Got it.
you become a geek and end up with 3 monitors and you lose a mouse.
How you going, Justin?
Hey guys,
Hey, Justin.
what's happening?
Howdy, Justin.
We're sitting here being entertained by Robbo and Jay.
Yeah, it looks like they've got their roles reversed.
Yeah.
Jay should be running the computer and Robbo should be doing the turning.
It's going to come pretty close.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Justin.
Start
G'day.
taking a little. I'll get that even up there first. All right. Right. Take the speed up a fraction. Yeah, fraction. That'll do it. Right out. Where's Wally? He's probably still back in Adelaide.
No, he's not.
Oh, playing with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I made sure Wally came.
Right, level now, is it?
Yeah. Still mostly not to your satisfaction, but
Hello. Amy and Blair are talking behind our backs, they are.
that's it. Get out.
As long as they're not texting, that's all right, okay?
I'll tell Lee.
I don't care if they are as long as they run up the field. So did I miss the ski lesson yet or what?
Sorry, what's that?
No, still not. I still got to go.
Have I
more.
missed the ski
Still gotta go
lessons
more.
yet?
Yeah, they haven't been on yet.
Who?
That might be tomorrow.
What?
Few lessons.
Oh God.
I'm not worried about it now. I'm worried about the outside. Right, that should do it, I reckon. Just switch it off and have a look. That'll do for the moment. Rightio.
Wow, that's getting worse.
Yeah. It's kind of really bad on the phone. Just put the other camera on and see if I can zoom in on it a bit.
Mike's comment. No, zoom out a little bit.
Yeah,
That's it.
too far.
Haircuts are half price, mate.
No, I haven't had a haircut. All right.
Because it's this thing that's in the way.
Yeah, I know.
Shelf. That's all right, man.
Yeah, good stay there. Right. Now, CA. Where did I put it? Over there.
Yeah.
And Neil's favourite. Neil will recognise those.
Coffee grinds.
Coffee grinds. With a bit of sawdust thrown in. So put CA in there and then...
Where's the glitter? Where's the glitter?
Yeah, and put CA down in there.
Come to my
Yeah,
house, you can get all the glitter you
Go
want.
too nuts with this stuff.
That's what the
Sorry?
sawdust
Don't go
is.
too nuts with this stuff.
Glitter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got 4 bottles of it, so... I haven't got any hardener, so...
Oh, that's alright. Don't use hardener. It only makes the outside hard anyway.
Oh, come on. No one chimed in with that's what she said.
I was waiting on somebody else to say it this time. I can't be the only one saying it.
Get a bit up in there too if you can. I think it's going to need 3/4 inch putty in this one actually.
It's where you reach for the epoxy, 2-pack epoxy, isn't it?
Yeah, and a pressure pipe.
Just some Aerodite, mate.
God, they're clumsy.
Look what I did.
He emptied the bloody... He knocked it off the top.
I don't have nothing on me lathe like that. You want to see Robbo get pissed off? Just stay tuned, folks.
Hello, Sid.
He'll be flicking his smoke butts at me in a second.
Jay is already a CA expert.
Put some in there too, you reckon?
Typically.
Put some in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, glue them ants in real well so they can't escape.
Yeah, you're dead right, thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for the vote of confidence there. My fat guts.
Well, we did say there was an extra tool in Robbo's shed today, didn't we?
Oh, wow.
A little bit more on the top there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah.
Hi, Sid.
Paper. It'll need more than texture on it to hide it, Neil, I think.
It's going to make its own texture soon, I think, by falling out. It's just not filling in that little bit.
Oh, that's all right. This is a major one. I think we should contact Sally's and get some real filler for that. There's another little ant that's got a load of ants in the cracks that crawl out every now.
They get to go for a ride when we turn the lathe on.
Sid says got some beard envy going on here. Tobacco filler.
Bob, you agree?
Load it up with CA.
Yeah, just put some Bondo in it, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, that's what we use on brander posts. Is fiberglass car filler. Now, Mike, keep it clean.
Mike says nothing worse than ants in your crack.
Yeah.
Well,
Sid's in Shirley's in Adelaide at the moment at a salvage place picking up English oak and jarrah.
oh, nice.
Up there.
Yeah.
Just filling full of CA. I doubt that you'll get any coffee grinds in it.
Just soak straight into it.
Yeah, let it go. Don't worry about
Yeah,
watering it off.
The salt doesn't do any good to stop it. Just sucks it in like a woman on the corner. Take every penny you got that you'll give them.
Yeah. Now Jay's about to find out his real purpose of being here.
Uh-oh.
He's
Sweeping
gonna,
the floor.
no, he's going to put the kettle on.
Coffee, Jay, switch it with coffee.
Sid's putting wood porn on a messenger.
Because I'll tell you what, that cracks like the Grand Canyon in there.
Yeah, it is. It's eating up that water. Yeah, I don't think that super glue's going to do it.
Time to put some resin in there.
Don't have any resin in their house.
Do you use the same tea bag more than once?
No.
Okay.
It's called double dipping.
Oh, my mum and dad could get 23 cups of tea out of one tea bag. They had it that week.
That's all right. I used to make a pot of coffee, and it would last me a week.
Jeez, we might end up with a CA finish on this yet.
There you go, Justin. There's a comment for you.
Yeah,
So what would be harder, the CA finish or the timber?
Yeah, it'd be a toss-up, I reckon.
Sid, so I see your wife's going to get you some of that English softwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really great having lunch with everyone yesterday. It was really good to meet a couple of people face to face for the first time, and we had a great day. Thanks, Robbo.
No sweat.
See, you'll be able to have a bed and breakfast turning program going.
Oh, Neil normally spends about two months of the year down there too.
It'd be kind of like a dude ranch.
Hey, look, he's got the bed and breakfast. There's a bed of Henry there that's about 40 feet long. You'd get what, probably 6 to 8 swags on it.
Yeah, Neil reckons it's a pretty good hotel as well. Don't you, Neil? My wife spoils everybody, unfortunately. Sometimes.
Good bacon and eggs.
So, sometimes.
Yes.
You're a comedian, Robbo.
All round about June for Q-turn, I hope to be out there, Charlie. That's if they allow us Mexicans in there.
Yeah, my missus is really hoping they're going to allow us up there at that time of the year because she wants to go to a geocaching event.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see if I can drop by Q-turn, but I don't think so.
All right, see you later, Neil.
Bye, Neil. Enjoy yourself, mate. Hope
Hey,
your
Neil.
finger gets better soon.
See you, Neil.
Yeah, that hurt just looking at that pickup. That was nasty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't care as long as he's got a coffee, as long as he's got a kettle. Coffee doesn't do it for me.
No, coffee's only good for one thing, isn't it? The grounds to fill the cracks with.
Nah.
Never know, it might hang together.
I hope it does. That's just coming up so nice.
I thought it was going to be a very small bowl.
Oh man, I'm leaving. This is ridiculous. Stupid feedback bullshit. All the microphones
That's
turned
good,
off.
Neil. Jay must be talking to himself out there.
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's behind me. He's behind you.
I was seeing if I could join
Hot dog.
the stream from that, but I've blocked all the microphones and it's still doing a weird loop feedback,
Oh, yeah.
so I don't know what it's done.
This is a Technotool 3000. It's about, it must be getting on now to 30 years old, I suppose.
It's had some tweaks though, hasn't it?
Oh, it's only got a, it's not really a variable speed motor. It is to a certain extent. It's called a constant torque variable. And it's actually built into the motor itself. But it only slows down about 400 revs either side of the belt setting. But it's got 8 belt settings as well, from 178, which takes it down to about 120, up to 3,000 revs, which takes it up to about 3,500 revs when it's on full speed.
But with the constant torque, you can really hog cut and it doesn't drop back in speed much, does it?
Oh, bullshit! No. If you get it either side of its correct setting,
yeah,
it'll lose torque.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's about 4 times the power and about twice the height of what Jay's is, and yes, he is finding it different.
Yes, it's nice to have that grunt factor.
Plus, the other problem is too that he's using other person's tools, so it makes it a bit hard. Well, this lathe here has made me a fortune. I've turned every chair leg for Moran Furniture and 7 other furniture companies on it, so it's probably turned about 300,000 or 400,000 legs over its lifetime.
Wow.
So it's earned its money.
So just approximately time factor wise, what would have the average chair leg took you time wise?
4 minutes.
I mean, I've seen you work firsthand. I know you're more than capable of it. It still blows my mind how quick you knock stuff out. And what's more, you can stack them all up side by side and have a hard trouble picking one from the other.
Oh, that's what production turners do.
Yeah, exactly. You develop muscle memory. That's the secret, isn't it?
Not even muscle memory in a lot of cases, just instinct after you've done the first half a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon Neil's right. I reckon Dr. Bob's fallen asleep on us.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yes. Yes, he has. Well,
Wake up, Bob!
It's nearly towards midnight there, so. I'm just dull and boring, that's all.
It's 11:15.
Right. Got the tea over here. I'd reckon that's probably gone off by now, so. All right, away you go. Start taking out the middle. Just take it down about an inch, starting from the centre here, all right? And we'll slowly work through to here and see what we get.
Leave it at that speed?
Yeah, it should be all right.
Yes, make sure you're well out of line of fire for this next bit.
I think I was in the line of fire then when I turned the lathe on.
Oh, you have to be, unfortunately.
It's sad, isn't it?
The only lathe that I can't...
I'm going to raise that tool rest a bit, I think.
The only lathe that I can't have two switches on because the condensers have to warm up.
Yep. I'm missing something here, aren't I? Yep.
Let's see, the bidding on that P&N section already started up.
Sorry, what was that?
The bidding on that P&N set is already taken off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's too high now.
Too high?
He's awake now.
Bob wakes up when he hears a chisel go onto the wood. He's like Jay with a cellophane packet, you know. What are you doing, Jay?
I don't know at the moment.
Drop your handle down there.
Yeah,
Make your entry cut straight in like that. And then just cut it out. Look.
Yeah, I know.
Drives you bonkers when he does it one hand, doesn't it?
No, it drives you bonkers when he does it one hand. Now, always make sure you go through to the centre.
Yep.
Because if you run into that, it'll break it out of the lathe.
Yep. Right.
So you start to take too much out and start to load up.
Yep.
Oh, just keep going.
Sorry?
Keep going.
I know, Mike, it looks like it's running in reverse. That's funny.
There you go.
Well,
this one.
Oh, yeah, smaller handle. Yep.
Oh, smaller.
About my thighs.
But keep taking it out of the middle first.
Yeah.
Give yourself room for the chisel to go into.
We've just joined the Frequent Flyer Club.
It snapped.
All right, yeah, I'll snap the tenon off. Snap the tenon off here.
Is that me?
No, well, yes and no.
Yeah.
Right. Now, do we have enough room there? This is how to fix this stuff up if we can.
Got this back.
Yeah.
There's the screws.
I'll do it under the
Oh yeah.
thing so people can see. All right, there. You whack them on.
Okay. Suck it in. Can I get past?
Right.
I got stuck on the lathe. No.
Now, fortunately, there's enough screw left in there, or enough hole, for me to get the screw chuck back into it. And this time I'll put the right tenon on it that I was originally going to put on it.
Thanks for subscribing, Charlotte.
Yeah, it was a fairly small tenon for the size of that lump of wood. But hey, we've got excitement.
Right.
Here you go. Got the spanner if you want it.
No, it's all right. No, Charlie, it's not running in reverse. It's the frame rate on the cameras. Right.
Hey,
That's
Bob, you
actually-
asleep?
Yes.
Just
No.
getting back to the,
Just reading
frame
something
rate.
here.
Just getting back to the frame rate. It's often called the wagon wheel effect or the reverse rotational loop.
Great hands spanner that got a minute ago.
Oh, here.
Ah, right. Gonna be out of line, I think.
Yeah, she is
Oh,
live.
yeah. Okay. I'll just quickly realign it all.
That's what I was about to say. If you want to keep the shape.
You want
I
to
don't
keep the
think I've
shape
ever
of
seen a
so
tenon
much.
snap off like that before. That's pretty crazy.
There's a Mike. There's a shop called. There's a place in Victoria where some show characters used to work and play. So they've gone there. I can't remember the name of the suburb, but the show was called Kath and Kim. If you dare to look it up. It's very Australian. There you go, Angus got it. I was going to say Shaftesbury's main or something like that. No idea. That's why I didn't say it. Yeah, Mike, we have to go and watch some of those episodes now, right? Alzo's if you watch Alzo.
Stop talking about sleeping, we'll put you to bed.
I put them over there.
I got it.
Over the phone, Reg. In between the legs, son. Whoops,
You're
sorry.
going to finish the job, Joey. He's done all the hard work. Finish it up for him.
I'll stuff it up, and he'll be spewing. No, I'm going to leave it, to be honest.
Careful.
It's still got ants on it. It's got me stuffed how they haven't been spun out.
That is so crazy.
Probably drunk ants by now.
We got
yeah.
Phillip Island ants.
Yep. Fresh from our driveway. As I said, you're lucky I didn't bring you the bull ants, mate. They're over an inch long.
Yeah, no, I'll pass, eh? I've been into the country of South Australia and experienced those ones before. I didn't believe my nana when she was telling me about them, how they run up your leg and bite you, and before you even know it, they're gone. And so she goes, "Oh, come here, I'll show you."
Oh,
One ran up her leg and bit her. It didn't bite anyone else that was there, just ran up her leg and bit her.
Yeah, but the bull ant actually has pincers as well as a tail sting.
Yeah.
So they get you real hard.
Yeah, no, she got a big welt on her leg, that's for sure.
Right.
Tell you what, I'm about a foot higher than Robbo. Everything's put at his head on it, so I've got to watch out. I can't bang my head on stuff. I've done it a couple of times. Take the shirt out.
Yeah, that'll do.
Tell you what, some of these legs. Whoa, who was that? That was loud.
Woke Dr. Bob up.
good Monty Python.
The machine that goes.
Robbo.
I've screwed up the diameter, Neil. You weren't watching.
Did you hear that, Neil?
This goes thinner.
Now, let this be a lesson to all of you. You always put the right size tenon on something before you do it.
Why didn't you put a mortise on it?
Well, you got asked, why didn't you put a mortise on it?
No?
Why didn't you put a mortise on it?
Nah, not
I
in this
hate
timber.
mortises.
And not in this timber either.
Crack timber like this because it can crack along the mortises.
Yeah, so
Yes, I can see that wobble at the top. It's not on the outside diameter, Neil. There's just a little fraction of a wobble in there that I can't be bothered taking out.
Neil, you're more than welcome to come over and get it out if you want. A bit of spalting in there.
Sorry?
A little bit of spalting in there.
No.
No, just the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, just water staining.
At least the glue's come through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming through pretty well. I've just got to get rid of that bit there. That'll annoy crap out of me if I don't.
Sid said his computer may have taken a dump for good.
Yeah, there's still plenty. It's starting to get a bit thin here, but that's all right. You know how I do the edges, so.
See
Just say,
if you can. I think it's you hold down F12 when you restart the PC when your laptop. I think it's F12 or F11, and it brings up the BIOS for the system instead of actually loading Windows. And you can. They did do updates to fix that crap update, but yeah, you have to uninstall that one first.
nearly gone.
And welcome to Do It Yourself Dark Matter.
Hello, Dark.
Uh-oh, Dark's in.
Oh boy.
What's going on, Darky?
Hey, Darky.
Wondering when you're going to make an appearance, Dark.
Nearly gone.
Hi, Dark. You just missed Jay getting the ants out of his crack. Yeah.
Hello, Doc.
There you go.
Hello, Doc. You sexy piece of man, would you?
Oh, no. What sort of channel are we tuned into at the moment?
Oh, Oh, when dark comes in, Darren, you look out, man. All right.
Yeah.
Anything he says, don't take offence to it, all right? Because he's only mucking around. Just a pre-warning, okay? He's a top bloke.
He's just said he won't be coming in. He's feeling crook.
Maybe one of those
I only wish I had an echidna in my yard to eat all the ants.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We're a
Oh
bit
man, it's that close.
I'll be back in a sec.
I still can't believe that's come out of that block that I gave him. It's just stunning.
That's. You've heard of polishing a turd? Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
They're carving a turd
right?
and making it nice.
Darren Sid wants to know how you keep the shavings out of your beard.
Yeah, I actually tuck it down the front of my shirt and use a face shield. That takes care of that. Also keeps my beard out of the piece of work too.
That fits you, little swine.
It's interesting. People ask you how long does it take you to grow your beard this long, and I can grow it this long inside about 18 months from a clean shave. But people don't understand. You're continuously losing hair out of it, so it's a continual growing thing. I get it cut about every 6 weeks, so. When I try to grow it to those wizardly lengths, it just gets a bit unmanageable.
It's one of the reasons I took mine off.
Yeah. Oh, you get to the point where you lay on it when you sleep and it like wakes you up.
Half of it stays on the
That
bed.
I missed my mouth. With food, I'm just forever pouring crap down the front of my beard instead of getting it into my mouth. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Good to see Jay's working on his manly features though.
Oh, someone asked me one day, like, you pull twisties or things like food out of your beard days later and eat it? And I've gone like, you've got to be joking me, seriously. And she goes, oh, my husband does it all the time. I'm thinking like, nah, no snacks from this beard, mate.
It'll do.
It'll do. We're there. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, Neil, we've joined the Frequent Flyer Club. We're not going to join the Funnel Club today.
Right.
Is that Robbo working there? That's one funny looking pen.
Oh,
Can't be swearing at you, Robbo.
I don't even have to tell him where that comment came from. He knows.
Darren goes, I don't even know to tell him who that came from, and he knows. It's true. Cheeky bugger. Told you it was a cheeky bugger, Darren.
No, I'm like Robbo. I don't turn pens. So bigger jaws this time, yeah.
All right, Amy, see you, mate.
This is
Have a good one.
timber.
All right, bye, Amy.
See ya, Amy.
I'm sure we'll still be here after the school run. So drop back in.
going on 3 hours of live.
This is no short turn in this timber, believe me. Yeah, you say on the sites that how long it takes you to turn this stuff, and most people just go like, you spend that long turning a bowl? Yeah. Yeah, we see some of the guys live streaming turning a complete finished bowl in like less than 90 minutes, and it's
The question being is, do you get the same dollar per minute out of your work?
Oh no, you don't. No, you turn this sort of timber for love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like the blankets my wife makes, crochets. Some of them
Yeah.
are as big as a queen size comforter. And there's no way that she can get the money out of it that she's put into the time and passion.
This is hard shit.
It's an interesting grind on that negative rate scraper.
Justin's been naughty now.
I can't believe how hard this timber actually is.
You hear that? I can't believe how hard it is.
You can hear the lathe complaining too.
It's actually ripped the screws out of the.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's come loose on the chuck.
I've actually got a half a ton that's sitting in my driveway, so. Now you sort of all know why he calls me a masochist for turning it.
Are you?
It's to sharpen that tool rest. You stop to have a good,
Yeah.
good swear, I reckon.
Notice he's muted it so we can't hear him swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Bob
right.
Buck,
Yeah,
he's calling
it's actually-
Darren all sorts of names right now.
I could imagine. It's actually bridge decking, Neil, but it's actually not old bridge decking. It's actually new bridge decking. Oh yeah, that's grabbed.
Yeah.
But
It's torn the screws out,
yeah,
so it's maybe not looking like it's gonna, maybe not hold even.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's ripped the screws out of the faceplate.
yeah. Ripped them
Wow.
right out.
wow.
Never seen that done.
Damn you, Darren! Too much weight on it.
Shelf just broke.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I didn't expect you to turn this one live. I really didn't.
I do all my turns live, so everyone can
Yeah.
see my mistakes.
Right. I had to mute the microphone because what I said wasn't very polite.
I wasn't game enough to type what he said, you know. So. Hey, Dart says. All right.
I'm heading to the wreck. I'll catch
All right, thanks
you
for coming in,
tomorrow.
Josh.
No worries, mate. Catch you later.
Dart is leaving.
I'm actually going to follow you today. See
See
you
ya,
guys.
brother.
I think I'll join him and watch the other 3 hours tomorrow.
All right,
I was
thanks,
going to
Bob.
say,
Thanks
you
for
missed
coming
an hour of it already, Dr. Bob.
That I'm sorry if I dozed off. It's just
Oh, no
after
worries,
eating.
no worries.
No, it's all good.
It's all good. We're just messing with you.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, I'll have a lovely guy. Lovely evening, guys.
See ya.
See you later.
Hit them wet.
catch you tomorrow. See
Yeah,
the
no
other
worries.
half. I'll watch the rest of it in the morning.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, it's come from
Dark says square carbide cutter
yeah.
and
It's
Foxy.
come yeah, that timber's come from a firewood yard where it's been sitting out in the weather for at least 3 to 4 years anyhow, and it's been another year in my driveway in the weather. And yeah, it's was probably milled about 7 or 8 years ago. Best dollar block of wood you've ever had in your hands, isn't it, Robbo?
Darren said it's the best dollar block you've ever had in your hands, isn't it, Robbo?
Sorry?
It's the best dollar block you've had in your hands.
Yeah, $1 for that block of beautiful
Yeah,
timber.
I wonder how far it's run out.
That's not
It'll
too
go.
bad.
That's not bad at all, actually.
No.
We were only touching the tender. It shouldn't have been bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
just because where the screws were mounted in. Can't go back there, otherwise it's going to rip out again. Right? You put tour with Amber made a very brave stuff called a laid brave.
There we go. There we go. That's cutting better.
See you later, midnight, white sorry, thanks for coming in.
Take that!
Take that.
No,
But
Yeah,
it sounds like the lifting speed might have been the trick too there, yeah?
the lift and the speed made the trick. On the trick, yep. I think so.
down a bit further. Beautiful.
Uncle Bob.
Yeah, it's a Vic Mark 120 years in there, Robbo.
Oh, he hasn't got the headset on. Oh, I have at the moment. Sorry, what'd you say, Darren?
That chuck he's using, it's a Vic Mark 120, isn't it?
Is that a Vic Mark 120? The chuck?
Vic Mark 100.
The Vic Mark
100.
100. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it might be Vic Mark 90 even. Well, I think it's a 90.
90.
Right. Okay.
This one's a 90, I think, Neil.
That was Justin last. Oh, yeah. I didn't see that. Sorry, man.
Right.
Maybe take that screw off the headstock, huh?
All right. Let's just have a look there for a second.
Neil's just asked what diameter is the tenon.
Right.
What diameter was the tenon?
Hey?
What diameter was the tenon?
90 mil.
90 mil.
There.
What are you after?
No, that's all right. Right, let's have a look at the edge now.
More CAA.
No, I think it might hold. Like it's going to be a bit ragged around here, but
Yeah.
nothing we can do about that. But
Nah, that's that old
at
and
least
dry.
that chunk looks like it's going to hold in there.
Thankfully.
Right, Jay. Start turning out the inside of it, all right?
Yep.
But
So just before you start again, it's
out of
do it
there
yourself.
before you start coming in, and do not come past here.
Yep. Right. There you go.
Just before you start up
Yep.
again, do it yourself. Ask Robert if they came up with a carbide bowl gouge with changeable heads, would he use it?
Cup of tea, please.
Which one?
Sorry?
You got two over there.
Yeah, I don't know where the other one's coming from.
Wowzers.
I think that was probably Julie's, huh? Rightio. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay. Yes, Dark, they played around with carbon tungsten bowl gouges, but nothing much ever came of it, I don't think. No, get rid of that middle bit first.
Yeah.
Give it room to move. You've got to have 3 spaces, which is what we're going for. start to have to tweak a little bit. Aye?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Oh, so sad.
Right. Oh, right through. Okay.
a slip. Hey, we can make a bandsaw box type of thing out of it.
Glue it back in.
No, you actually see it where it really hasn't even bonded into the thing from the tree, where the bark's grown over the top. It's just left a gap.
Like a bark intrusion.
Resin.
No,
that's
still going to be alright.
That's so sad, but
all you can really do now is just cut it back down to about there. All right.
Like the whole sides?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, you can give it a try of turning it out there and just leave that gap in it.
Yeah.
But I think this whole centre section here will come out eventually. Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, you can see it. You want to try and knock it out?
No, just give me the chisel.
that's so sad. That was coming up so nice.
Well,
Yep.
oh, tougher than I thought. Oh, well.
What about a big screwdriver?
Yeah, no, Dave, have a look on top of the cupboard there.
Yeah.
There's tire levers up underneath it.
A what? Oh, up here.
Yeah, up under there.
So what does this sticker say?
Sorry?
Oh no, they're talking in the chat about a sticker. What does the sticker say? The warning sticker.
Ah, do not talk to the operator.
Oh, right, yeah, that one, yeah. Yep.
No, it's the other one.
Which other one?
This device not to be operated by half-wits. And that's cleaning it
up. That's so sad. That was shaping up so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it happened.
Luck of the game.
Yep.
Rightio, Joe.
Yep.
I'd actually do plain cut in the side there, all right? And use the bigger chisel.
Still stay away from that line though?
No.
Don't worry about that now.
Oh, that's right. You want to finish it then. All right. No, keep working down the centre.
All right.
All right.
I'll have a go trying to finish it at least.
Yeah.
Oops. Wow. Just vibration right there.
How you going? Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. Still ages to go.
That's right.
there on your chest.
It's another bit of timber.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, God. That's not going to work, is it?
No, I don't think so. There's another crack down there.
Yep.
Yeah,
look,
down
it's gonna
through.
go
Oh,
right
yeah,
across.
that's right.
That whole thing.
That's right, right there.
Oh, is that even point turning it anymore?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
No.
just
And there's a lesson to be learnt. Sometimes you have to know when to give up.
right.
Yep, there it is.
Now they're all swearing at me. That's a damn shame. That was coming up so nice too, but it's the luck of the draw. He did pick the gnarly of the two blocks though.
I don't know. I mean, there's pretty big chunks there that come out pretty clean. I'd be inclined to set that aside and do a resin fix.
Yeah, it's quite possible to do it. Just not going to happen in Robbo's shed.
No. Take it next to it.
We need the sound back on, guys, for this bit.
Of course, now the bloody thing won't break. You watch.
Yeah. That is
Break
like
the tendon off.
yeah.
And voila! Thread through tooth.
Knack of that.
All right.
Can't say I didn't try, yeah?
No, that's right.
Yeah. No, that's it.
I looked with that bang and look.
Yeah,
Opened it right up.
yeah. Oh no, I knew it would snap
I'm
there.
going to put it back on the other camera and show them. See if it focuses in on it.
Sorry?
I was just going to put it on the other camera
Yeah.
and see if it focuses in on it.
Yeah, that's my carbide dark, that's for sure.
I don't know if you can see
No,
that,
just got to lift it up a bit.
that
There it is.
that split going through the you can't see it because of the light. Anyway,
Yeah, you
that
can
black
see it.
line, I'll go under that
Yeah.
camera. There's a line here,
Runs right through.
goes across there.
Yeah.
That crack is very visible right up to here.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way around right up to there. And it's starting to open up on this side too.
That's so sad. That was shaping up very nicely, but hey, that's the way. Luck of the draw.
That whole black line is just cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, at least it cracked before it bit you.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right. No, always stay out of the way.
Yep.
It's still nice, isn't it?
First law. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think that's about all we're doing today.
Yep, I think so.
So, thank you for attending.
No worries.
And same time, same bat. Oh, no, it'll be a bit later tomorrow, probably about 1 o'clock or so. But he'll probably, same bat channel anyway.
Yeah, I'll be later tomorrow too, so hopefully you'll still be on.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so good night, everybody that's in. Yeah, you're right, Neil. That's what you call it. Effed. Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
All right.
See you later,
See you
everyone.
guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, oh,